Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
Welcome back to you. Break straws, sailing me. Free falling, choose my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Good evening, gamers and other folks like I forgot to turn on the light. Actually, I'll probably keep this. No, I should. Hold on, I should probably keep this on. Boop, 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 and the batteries are dying. Great. You are listening to Midnight Ramen with me, Michael. Hope y'all are doing good tonight. Yeah. If you want to watch this happen live, you can go to twitch.tv/MeltAlertOriginal, where not only you can watch this happen live, you can interact in the chat, watch things change how things go. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'll watch the after show. What else? I don't really know. Watch the after show. Yeah. But it's up there for 2 weeks, and once it's gone, it's gone. But, on YouTube and Spotify, you can watch this edited sort of or whatever, and yeah, you can also listen to the radio show, which I used to do this back in college, where I did this as a radio show. I mean, that's a layman's quick term to be like, oh yeah, I just did this as a radio show back in college, but it was a lot more themed. And I'm almost like done with a series that I did. But yeah. Oh, actually on this one that's out today, literally it just dropped because for whatever reason, I think it was because of his Emmy. Oh no, it was because there's a reason exclaimed or talked about in the video, or not in the video, in the episode itself, that it was late for a reason. And I could deliberate on it. But I think it was also MEA week or something like that. I don't remember going back home for that. And during COVID, there wasn't a time or wasn't a reason to really go back home for MEA, because like you couldn't really go anywhere a lot of the time. But yeah. But yeah, the reason that episode, I remember it. I don't remember why exactly, or well, I know I even talk about it in the episode itself. I don't remember why I exactly did that Friday. I think it was because me and my girlfriend Becky at the time had like a COVID scare, and we got tested, and the test results didn't come to like way the fuck late on Wednesday, so I could have done it on my regular episode day, but I didn't because I didn't have time to say anything. And that was like, the reason was because one of the softball players, because Becky was on the softball team, was partying, as they shouldn't have, with, I want to say it was the wrestling team. I don't know which. There were. I know there were, some of them were partying with like the wrestling team or something like that, and one of them tested positive for COVID, and yeah, that spread it kind of quickly throughout the rest of the team, more or less, or a good chunk of the team. Incredibly, Becky and I didn't get it, but still, yeah. There were definitely parties still during those COVID times. Like I remember, wait, was that one? No, or was it? No, no. We didn't. No, that was a 2019. I'm trying to like think about parties. I remember going to one, or picking Becky up from one that was like kind of during COVID, I think, or I could be misremembering. I don't think there was. I think she took it like she was responsible. I know she went to like some of the other players' home before because they had like a house like near campus, but I don't remember them having like a bigger party. If that, maybe once, and even then it was fine. I don't know, but I remember one of my friends from college, Brady. I'm not gonna. I kind of don't want to say his name, but like, not like in a mean way, but actually, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I might as well just say his name. I said a bunch of other people's names on the podcast, but I remember one of my friends, Brady. He had a house like kind of nearby, so like I'd show up there sometimes and whatever. And I remember they had a Halloween party there. That was crazy. Like it even got to the point, and like Becky was like one of those people that like was like, oh, very socially active, and I can be too, but I'm more like introverted or whatever. But it got to the point where we were just like, fuck, this is a lot. So we like, it was me, her, Brady, and a few other people. We're just hanging out in Brady's room. He was like, a couple of us were smoking pot. I wasn't. I didn't smoke pot. I don't even think Becky did either, because I think she could get randomly tested, like on the spot. It was weird. But damn, I remember just this random Halloween party at its house, and I already talked. Yeah, I did talk about the other one, but yeah, it was a weird. What's the way to describe it? It was a weird time. It was a weird time, but it was a fun party, but also it was a lot. And even the people like living in the home were like, fuck, this is too much. I knew like how many, 1, 2, I knew kind of 3. I think there was 4 people living in the house, but I knew 3 of the 4, or kind of got to know 3 of the 4. I knew 2 just ipso facto, and then 1 I just kind of learned because I was living with them. They're cool guys. Because I think it was. I think I remember who exactly. I kind of don't want to give names, but also at the same time, they're cool people, and I do want to shout them out if I can. But yeah, it was that one was fun. And then the year before that, and I've already told this story, I feel like 1,000 times, but the only other Halloween party I tried going to during college was my sophomore year. I was living in what now doesn't exist of what was it, Ballard Hall. Actually, I don't really know what's there right now, because they tore it down in like August, and that hall was mainly for people that were like wanted to live in single rooms, so that you live by yourself in a room instead of having a roommate. So that was mainly the reason that you would do it, and upperclassmen were able to do it, easier. It was easier for that. But it was also like incredibly close to the arts center. So like I had like maybe a hop, skip, and a jump to class. Like I could wake up less than 5 minutes to go time and show up there just like ready to go on time in my pajamas. Well, not in my pajamas. Like I could get dressed and get into class in like less than 5 minutes. It was not hard. And still have ample time too. was crazy. But the actual party, the party itself, it was supposed to be a major party for people that were within the music, whatever arts, like majors. So like music education was a big one. Performance, mine, which is now kind of defunct into something else. It was EIT, Entertainment Industry and Technology, but now it's something else. As I said before, what other ones? There was a few, just like general broad terms, like theater people. I'm pretty sure were allowed or invited. I'm not really sure on like physical, like art. But like film, I don't really know. But it was mainly music people. That's what it was, and they've had parties before, and they made sure with their neighbors that everything was all cool, everything was fine, and like they made sure it was chill. It was a BYOB, so whatever beverage you brought, like you had to bring your own drink. That was it. You brought your own thing, whatever. Yeah. And I remember being in. We had a outside like major like group. So it was like kind of not really select, but like kind of like people within the major like having a specific major group. I don't know what the kind of like a chess club or something like that, like a club. It was a club, like a major club, but it also was inclusive to other people outside of our major. So like say, like I was EIT, but if someone from like someone like from performing wanted to join in, they could. Or if someone from history wanted to do something, fuck, why not? I don't see why not. But it was kind of good in that way. And one of the people that was leading it at the time, or actually two of them, were living in the house that the party was supposed to be at. And they were like talked at these meetings that we've had like over and over, like on repeat, like we made sure that everything's good, everything's BYOB and all that other stuff. And it took like, they made sure that everything was ready to go down pat. They were safe. They asked their neighbors that it was fine to do the party. And then the night of the party, and it was a Halloween party, so you were dressing up. I walk over there. It was like maybe 5, it was like a block away, like 5-10 minutes. I walk over there. I start walking over there, get through the parking lot, start walking up the block to get to it. I see people already exiting. And it's like 8 o'clock. And I see, police cars all over the place. So I'm just like, do. And I just like basically turned the corner to like walk around the block, went back to the dorms, texted my horn section and was like, hey guys, you want to just do something else? And one of my guys, best friends from college, Davis, he was like, you guys want to watch Castlevania? Like, you want to watch Castlevania at the top of Nelson, which is like 12-story dorm, and it has like at the very top there's basically a 360 panoramic view of the skyline. It's so pretty, like especially at night, but even during the day it's pretty cool. But oh man, we watched like when Castlevania, the technical first season, the first full season, the one, I think that's the one they actually kill Dracula. I think it is. I don't remember. I literally don't remember. I believe, yes, I think it is. The one that we binged the whole entire thing till like we were like up at 3 a.m. It was like a Friday going into a Saturday, so it was a fun night. But the party itself, what happened was And I see a message in the chat, and I'll get to it in a second. But what happened was someone outside of the major that was not invited got mad that they weren't invited and called the cops. And their reasoning for not being invited to it is they were part of the music stuff. They were in the non-audition choir, and that's it. Yeah, that totally gets you into this. No, no. It was an invite only. I was invited because like I was literally in the major meeting. I was like in the meetings with the people holding this party, essentially. And they were like, actually, no, I was invited by the horn section, the other people in the horn section. And even then, like, they're like, yeah, you're fine. Like, who gives a shit? You're actually part of the major. Well, this fucker that like busted the party wasn't. It's like, dude, I can't believe I followed that. I like kept sort of in touch with that guy for like as long as I did. That guy was a dick. Like he was one of those guys, and I'm kind of being a little bit hypocritical, but actually, no, I'm not. He was one of those guys that would go on like a short form thing like Snapchat or like, make a real thing. And he would post like a whole 2-minute thing. It's like, dude, it's a fucking 10-second video. You don't need to post your whole entire fucking life on like an Instagram or short little thing or Snapchat thing. It's like, no, I don't want to like log in. Let's just say Snapchat because you get 10 seconds per thing. I don't want to like try to look at your story and see a fucking like dot 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 as a thing. I don't want to do that. And even when like rapidly tapping on the screen does nothing, yeah, you need to stop posting. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like, come on. I think I still technically have them, but I just like ghosted it or stopped getting notifications. Like I have another person on Snapchat that I'm pretty sure I have on there, but like I made sure that I'm not seeing their stories anymore because fuck them. Straight up. Ugh. I don't even not to say that I don't even want to say like who it is, but it's just like actual bitch. My boy Davis knows exactly who I'm talking about. Yeah. Man, Dave, that was a fun night though. Social media is a plague on this earth. What do I think of? Okay, so I saw this a while ago, but there's a question in the chat that's from Spooky that says, "What are your thoughts on the 6'7" meme?" Well, I don't know exactly where it came from. That's the problem. I don't know where exactly it came from. I know there's like, I tried looking it up. There was like an origin or something like that. Someone's like in the chat, in like a podcast or something, or a music video. It's like said 6'7". We know the song came second, I think, but someone's like 6 or 7, and then it evolved to just 6'7". But I don't know. It's all right. It's not. I don't get how it's that far. Like it may be, being an old fart. Unk. But it's not that funny. Although, when like it comes up by accident, you're like, fuck. It is funny. It can be funny, but it's not like that funny. I still feel like what's funnier than 24-25 is funnier. 25. It's one of those pointless things that it gets funnier. Yes, exactly. You know what? You are exactly right, Spooky. It's one of those pointless things that just gets funnier the more you say it, ironically. I'm older than you. Precisely. You know what? You are correct there. Because, I'm going to take a drink. And this will give, I'll give you the exact reason why. So what I just drank, and you know what, it doesn't matter because the video eventually will come out probably next week when I actually edit it. How do you like the Sunday ice cream? That's what I'm saying. So I'm sitting on footage of both the Mountain Dew from the new Taco Bell exclusive Baja Blast flavored Baja Midnight and the Trolley Mountain Dew review. I've been sitting on that footage and review footage for over a month. Kind of because I'm procrastinating on it, but also because, fuck, I've been busy. So, like literally, like an hour or so ago, a little over an like couple hour, 2 ago, I'm like, well, I got this for like cheap, for like super cheap at my local grocery store for like, if a 12 pack of soda's like $6, I got this for like $3. Essentially. More or less. It's like both incredibly good, but also incredibly bad. It's like a chocolate root beer, but I feel like they try to put too much marshmallow in it. I think if they focused more on the cream of it, it would be fine. I feel like there's a little tinge of like marshmallow in there that I don't feel like it's dragging it down. I feel like the chocolate is fine, but I feel like there's some marshmallow in there that just does not make sense for this. But it smells like, you know those hot fudge sundae Pop-Tarts? It smells exactly like that. I mean, it kind of makes sense because it's an ice cream sundae, but you know. But the rating that I gave it, and this is like, I'll say it in the video. Honestly, honest to God, 6.7. It's a 6.7. It's not bad, but it's not like, it's super sweet and it's kind of good, but then it's also like, something's not right here. But it's too good, but something's not right here. But also depends, because like I've had like sips where it's like it's really good, but other ones I'm like, I wonder if it would taste better if it was like more lukewarm, honestly. But yeah, it's weird. It's weird, but I hopefully I want to work on it next week, because work for me since the beginning of the month, it's last month into this month, I'm not going to count like overtime, overhead stuff that was added into my paycheck, but like at the beginning of the month, or since the beginning of this month, I've had like well over 40 hours of work each week. Like 50 is like 50 is like probably the lowest. Yeah. Wait, actually, let me check. Let me think. I think this week is probably going to be my lowest, because I only work Friday and that's it. So I worked Monday and Tuesday, but then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but then only Friday, and then I'm gone because me and my girlfriend are heading up to Duluth, and yeah. And then we'll be back till Monday. So I have like multiple things I have to work on, like the next radio episode thing. What the fuck? And also like work smarter, not harder. Exactly. Yeah. So, well, it's not smarter, not harder. Like I physically had to be there. It's one of those things where not really it's a staffing thing, although a little bit of it is. But it's like we needed bodies there that knew what the fuck they were doing. And like, yeah, we can hire out labor for some things, but it was like particular specific things that we need, like only people that were in-house knew how to do. And even if we got people outside, if even like the people that are on staff to do it, it wouldn't be right. So like I I was there quite a bit. And I think at the beginning of month 2, I think a good chunk of the team was caught some wild sickness. So it's like you can't really help that. So I mean, it is what it is. I'm fine with it. It is literally the busy season for me, and it's been that way for years. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it. Because there's definitely months or like weeks or months that it's slower than others. And I'm totally fine with that. As long as like I know what's coming, I can plan ahead and deal with it. I'm not sure whatever 40 hours a minute more. Oh yeah. And like in other departments of where I work, you are capped, or like full time, you have to clock in, clock out specific times. If you don't, there's like a point system. Ours, it's a little bit, in our department, it's not really that way because we deal with like clients that like, we have a party today that goes from like 7 a.m. or like a conference that goes from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. But then the next day it goes from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., for instance. So it's kind of like a weird thing. But yeah. You know what? I should get into some magic packs. Because, like, fuck yeah. and since, like, he's got an ad, I might as well just do it. We're going to open the last 3 packs of mystery boosters that I got. Mystery booster 2s. I just got my order for a bunch of from Card Kingdom. I got a lot of stuff for some decks that I'm building. Most of them are just like lands that are like, a good chunk of it are just like lands or supplies or cards that I want to use for like other, like I can use in the future for other decks, or like something like these like the Dominaria dual lands. They come in tapped, but they are plains and an island, or 2 basic land types, which is good for, say, like, I don't know, a coalition victory or something like that. Just saying. But let's get into these last 3 packs. I could still get another foil from these. So I'm thinking, yes, I feel like this order is correct. I'm building so many decks. I think I've already talked about it, though. But yeah. Outside of Life's Bounty, Militia Bugler, Scholar of Ages. I think that's actually something good. Yeah, that's actually a good card if I'm not mistaken. I think the mana cost is way too high, though. Syphilid Broker, Undercity Informant, Stir the Sands, Scourge Devil. Ooh, Arc Lightning. Ooh. I might put that in a... Yeah. Thanks for writing a pack opening. Exactly. Yeah. Ancestral Mask. And that kind of... I'll talk about some about that after this. Enchanted creature gets +2, but I love Ancestral Mask. When land enters the battlefield under your control. Ooh, that's actually pretty fun. This is a pretty fun card if you can get a good landfall thing out of it. Cavern Harpy. Ooh, Turok. I have way too many of these fuckers. I swear to God I do. Cathar Commando. Okay. Seeker of Skybreak. Oh, okay. Ooh. Untapped. Actually, is that has to be something. And then Penumbra Umbra. That's funny. All right. Pack 2. Pack 2. Oh yeah, these are like play test cards. They're not like legal in any other format outside of like drafting. Like drafting, like packs of this set. But they're like, some people are fine with it if you rule 0 and like you have a fun time with it. I like, that's why I like Commander, because a lot of the times there's a thing called Rule 0. And you can play it in other kind of formats, but as long as the Rule 0 conversation is like, what are you willing to play with? What's in the deck? How do we want to play? What's the level we want to play? This and that. And that's really fun. That's really good to do. But pack 2. Daxos. He's like doing gang signs. Frost Stitcher. Witching Well. Val Stinger. Bloodthirsty Aerialist. Oh, that's actually a pretty good card. As game rules like that. Hoarding Dragon. Netsuko Elder. Ooh, I might put that in a deck. Vivian's Grizzly. An Italian card. Ooh, Swans of Brynargol. Actually, I know what it is. Prevent the damage of sources. Don't care. Ooh, Thespian Stage and a white border. Nice. Probably like $3 too, maybe at least, or most. Ooh, Temporal Manipulation. And one of these. I already have another one of this. This is a new set or old. It's not new. It's just like they don't sell it in stores, and you can only get it from Secret Lair, which is their like premium set where they drop things, or if you go to like a Magic convention. And they drop these whenever they have one. It's called like con in a box, like convention in a box. And they always have like a box of this and then some promos cards from giveaways and things like that from that particular convention. Third pack. These aren't custom repacks. No, this is like a whole set. It's mainly supposed to be for like drafting, playing with friends and drafting, but this has like a shit ton of like cards in the set, and some of these cards are really, very good. I don't know what the chase is offhand. Permanent exchange control, that's pretty fun. There's quite a few of these that are like really good chase cards, but they tend to be in the back of the pack. Angry Aristocrat. But there's also cards like in these like common and uncommon. Common, they're like, can be up to like $10 sometimes. And then you get other ones that are like stinkers. Spike Canopy, it's not bad. Hydra's Growth, that's a pretty decent card if you know how to use it. Patrick Automaton. Ooh, okay, speaking of, I don't think this one's worth anything, but it is a good card, though. It is an incredibly good card. Leyline of Sanctity. Ooh, that's actually a pretty good card. And then Enchant Encham? Beginning of your upkeep, target. Oh wait, why do I have? I'm not supposed to have chat on here. The fuck am I doing? Sorry. I forgot I'm in the podcast. What the fuck? Sorry. Not to be mean about it, but it's like beginning of your upkeep, non-wall creature and a book controls. That's stupid. Kind of like a wet fart of the last few packs, but you get some, you lose some, or you win some, you lose some. I don't know what the most expensive card of the one that I pulled of this box that I pulled, but there's like a lot of good cards in this that are like worth, can be 10, 15, $20. Some, I think there's like a couple that are like, I know there's definitely ones that are worth like over $100 or more than the entire box itself, but they're hard to pull. They're very hard to pull. Yeah. But if you get like the the foil version of that card, you can buy, theoretically, you can buy multiple boxes with them, with the chase card. I think it's like Urza Lord High Artifice or something like that. I can't remember. Like 1,000 raw. Easy. I'm not sure if that's the exact price, but I think it is, roughly. Maybe more. There's a few cards that did that, but I know since like the set released, quote unquote, not really, but did. They basically more or less print them to demand. Not really to demand, but when they do they print them depending on how, like, conventions and stuff and how many orders. It's a very good set, though. It is a very, very fun set to, like, even just to open. It's fun. But man, I got a lot of cards. What was I talking about before? Something about work. I don't know. Yeah, like, I remember when I first started doing the show. Like, it was probably during the worst time, because, like, not only was it like during the busy season at my work, but I was also doing pizza delivery too afterwards. So, like, I was like putting in like easy 80-hour weeks. Like, no joke. There were definitely I think roughly 60 to 80-hour weeks. It was not fun. There were days where I was like going in at 7, coming home at 10, get in, basically slump into bed, roll out at 6 a.m., 6:15, 6:30, whatever, get to work, leave work, go to work, go to other job, and then work again. Yeah, it was not fun. Especially like with the pizza delivery, like, you know, at the end of the night, you know, sticky, gross. I can't really like take a shower because I have to be in bed. It's like, ew. Like, there was like between September, like less than a month after, was like a little over after a month I was hired. So from September to basically Thanksgiving, I had about like 2 or 3 days off. Like, yeah, a shower takes like 10 minutes. That's how like late some days I was getting off work. It was bad. But we're here. Sounds late to me. Yeah, yeah, definitely when I'm getting like 5 hours of sleep. Yeah. I know what you're saying though. Gosh, I really don't know how to feel about this drink. Incredibly strong aftertaste. I think, yeah, that's what I think it's like, it's good, but some, like, it's too much, and then like I feel like if they didn't try to go marshmallowy on it, it would be fine. But something about it just does not add up. Too much of a good thing, probably. Too much. Yeah. I don't really have anything. Because I already told the freaking... Oh, no. No. I was going to say something about Lego Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. I mean, yeah. I think... I can't remember who I was watching had like a ranking of like the top 5 or top 10. It was probably top 5 Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episodes. I'm not saying like segments, like full on episodes. A lot of them were like, or most of them were like 10 and like under 10. And there's some good ones that are like, later on. I think one of my favorite was Treehouse of Horror 20. Because I think that one, if I remember correctly, that was... what was the first segment? I can't remember offhand. Was that the... No. I want to say it was the Twilight one, but I don't think that's the Twilight one. No, because that's the closer one for that. But the middle segment was like the zombie apocalypse one. It was like the second zombie apocalypse one that they did. It was kind of like a 28 Days Later sort of. And honestly, I feel like it kind of still holds up to the zombie culture today. It was a good segment. It's funny. It was kind of like innovative for its time, and it had a lot of good gags. And then like this third segment was like a Sweeney Todd like play production. It was like kind of like funny to see, but it was like Moe's Bar. That was actually pretty, like, it was interesting how they did it in the segment, because like it was like being told as like a play, but then they like show like shit happening behind the scenes, or someone not being in their position, or doing like a musical number. Sometimes it's like good or something like that. That was a good one. There was one recently that was also oh fuck, there was I think it was like one of the most recent ones. It had like it was Babadook, Death Note, and I can't remember what the third one off the top of my head. Crazy polls. Like crazy polls for that one. I'm not gonna watch that clip right now because it's part of the podcast. Like, okay, a little side tangent. I'll get back into the conversation in a second. I uploaded last episode to the Spotify whatever manager for that, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you got copyrighted music. You got the Used to It by Gradients." It's like, yeah, I know. I have the rights to use their music. Like, I literally have a picture of them in the background, signed. They didn't have to sign it. They just did it themselves. I pay them to use the music. I probably pay them more than Spotify does. So shut the fuck up, Spotify. If you're listening to this is a message to say that they allow me to do it. I even like message them. It's like, hey, it's fun. Like, not like, oh, can you get me whitelisted? I'm pretty sure they can, but it's just like, and it's just like, it's like, even if I don't like we grew up in, like, we were, I think Darian, the lead singer, we were in the same major, or even John was also in the same major. I don't know about Ford. I can't remember what he was in. But like, we were pretty much in the same major, and like, so like, we made a contract, and it's kind of loose. I not like loose and like, oh, we can, cheat and whatever. But it's like, I pay them to use their music. It's not like, oh, I'm paying them $1,000, for 100 episodes, or for like 20 episodes. I'm giving, like, whenever I see them, I give them like each, the band, because I think most of them live in the same house, like, give them like $50. And I see them pretty often. When they go to a show, I give them like, some money, give them some extra money outside of like, this whatever things. Like, so like, I pay them, and I'm giving them attention and helping them spread their word more than probably does. Although, every single song that I am involved with turns to gold. Or is their best. Every time. Used to it. On a roll. Yeah. That I am physically involved, like either involved with something. Yeah, I've already said that before. But back into like the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror stuff. Like there's some like good segments too. There was one that was like a Snowpiercer one, but it was like kind of about like Marge. It's kind of like a Matrix, but it was like more Snowpiercer, but it was about NFTs and Marge going in to save Bart, but like killing by destroying NFTs and gaining their value. It was weird. It was funny too, but that was like an interesting segment. There was like a weird one. Okay, there was like a Westworld one. That one was I think okay, that was probably the third segment of the one that had the Babadook Death Note, and I think it was Westworld. That one was crazy, like actually crazy, because it started off like as one of the old segments, and then it like bled into the actual whole thing. It's just like whoa. And it goes crazy. Like it like, you know, devolves crazy, you know, or Westworld and stuff like that. I haven't watched Westworld, but it's like it devolves so fast. Like into chaos. What's another one? I was thinking on the same thing. There's one where Homer eats a donut and then like a radioactive donut and then gains a sickness that like transforms people into Homers. That one was fucked. Really fucked. Like what the hell? What's another one? I'm trying to think. Well, there's the Twilight one that was funny. That one was good. I'm trying to think of like the weird like 2000s era. The early 2000s one did have some good ones. There was like the dolphin, the invasion of the dolphins or whatever. That one had some. That one. 13, 12. I can't remember. That one had some good segments just overall. Or was that one that also had Homer like died, and it was like a parody of like a Bill Cosby movie. I think that might have been the same one. I could be wrong. Oh, there was a Mr. and Mrs. Smith in 2007 or 6. I can't remember. That was a. It's funny. And then like they're having a gunfight in the house, and then Abe just shows up doing like just like out of nowhere, and he gets like shot, but he's not shot. You don't see like any blood or anything. He's just like like he's having a heart attack. It's funny. What's another one that like Homer the Blob? That one's funny. The Clones, Homer and the Clones. That one's pretty good. I'm trying to think of what other ones that I could think of. There's some like ones here and there that like, oh, if I'm watching it, it's good. Oh, the Avatar one, that was a good one. They did an Avatar parody. I can't really think of much offhand. Well, of the later ones, I'm counting like, oh, anything past season 9 or 10, it's not good. Like I'm going from like past that. Although, you know, the ones like in the 90s were freaking iconic. You have the fucking The Shining. Like, come on. One of the best ones. Like the Attack of the 50-Foot Mascots. That one. Literally just Nope. The plot of the movie Nope. Don't look. Sign of Omens. I think I might have said that when sometime later. I don't know. But literally that segment, the moral of it, don't look. That's the whole point of how to defeat Jean Jacket. Just don't look. I think that's really anything. But in terms of actual like horror movies, like I think this recent episode of the radio show or the one before it, I talked about like I don't watch a lot. I don't watch a lot of like horror movies or like scary movies. Like I don't mind watching a scary horror movie, whatever. Like I prefer more of like the gory, like slasher films, stuff like that. But like once you get into movies like fucking like I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of. Like I'll watch a Friday the 13th or a Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, I'd have to watch Terrifier 1 and 2. The problem with Terrifier, while he gets an ad, like ones that like the problem with Terrifier is I know what's going on with Terrifier. But like I just know it's super duper gory. And like I can withstand gore. But like I don't know if it's like the marketing thing, but like when they're saying like, oh, it's like one of the goriest scenes in cinema history to this date, yeah, maybe I don't want to watch that. It's like, yeah, I'll watch Evil Dead, but I won't watch the Evil Dead where the mom fucking takes a cheese grater to her arm and like shreds fucking skin off. Hell no. Hell no. Just hearing about it, just picturing it in my mind, and it's like, nope. Nope. But like, it's mainly like ones that are like trying to be jump scary, sort. I don't really know. But like haunting movies, I just some of them are good. I acknowledge they can be good, but I'm just like, some are just so fucking slow and boring. And then when they get into the action, it's like, you're like, what the fuck is going on? It's either nothing's happening or everything's happening. There's no in between to like know what the hell's going on. Like what was it? Like The Conjuring 2. Well, the one that takes place in like England. If I'm thinking right. Like there's a story that happens. And there's the things that happen here and there. But it's like when you're, and I get it because you're trying to build tension. But it's like when a huge chunk of the things happen in the last third of the movie. Like, what are you doing? Like maybe there's a thing here and there. And it's kind of sparse. But I don't know. Again, like I haven't watched the whole thing because like, it's just like some of it just drags on, and it's not to say that I don't like them. It's just like, I don't know. Like I feel like since that episode of whatever the radio show that I was like talking about horror movies, like I've watched quite a few. Like I'm not the biggest fan, but it's like shit. Sometimes it just beat like, because one of the stations that we have on sometimes quite a bit is FX, and recently they've just been playing all Marvel movies, so it's just like, fuck, let's see what's happening on Sci-Fi, which typically, around this time, horror movies, scary movies. And sometimes you get a good one, sometimes you just get a shit one. That's just the way that it is, depending on the day. Oh my god, but when Sci-Fi does a shark, like when Sci-Fi does a Sharknado Day, it is like God's gift. There have been a rare few days that has happened. I think I maybe missed one. But when they play the, Sharknado, and it's super duper rare, they do all of them together, and it's just like, mind-blowing. It's an experience. Like, it's campy, but it gets to the point where it's self-aware. It knows it's campy, but it's also like good. Like, it's still like a B movie, whatever. And it's got shit tons of product placement and cameos, but like, it's just a fun movie to watch. It's like it tries to be bad, but it ends up being good because it's got such a backing to it and fandom. It's like, it makes sense. Like the fourth movie? It's like a kind of a cross-country trip. It takes honestly way too long in Vegas, but then it does like a whole thing up to Niagara Falls for whatever reason. But it's funny. It's just interesting to watch. Because you have like the first Sharknado, whatever, I don't know, whatever. Second Sharknado's like, oh, we know how to fight these now. Let's find a way to consistently do it. Then the third one, they're like, oh shit, the whole eastern seaboard's gonna be swallowed up in a Sharknado if we don't blast it from space. They literally jumped the shark. Fucking David, was it David? No. It was the main character, Shepard. Fuck, what was his name? Dax Shepard? No, not Dax Shepard. Fuck, what's his name? I don't want to look it up. But it says him and his pregnant wife, who's going into labor for whatever reason, in space, go into a shark that's dead, and then crash land to Earth in Florida by one of their friends. But they use a parachute to slow themselves down so they can live and something like that. It's so fucking hilarious. And then she gives birth to this baby. It's absurd. And it's hilarious. Spoilers for Sharknado 3, I guess. But like, it's like absurd that you can't make this shit up, but it's also cool that you can't make this shit up. It's funny. I should probably wrap up this episode though. You are, if you want to watch this, if you are listening to Midnight Ramen, if you want to watch this happen live, you can go to twitch.tv, whatever, /Melted Original, all one word. Where not only can interact in the chat, but you can, which changes how the episode goes, but you can also watch this happen live. You can watch the after show. And yeah, this is up here for only 2 weeks because of Spotify and how that works. But once it's gone, it's gone. But the edited episodes are on YouTube and Spotify. But specifically on Spotify, you bastards. I also have the radio show where it has, when I used to do this sort of more organized and as a radio show, it's clean. Yes. Like I had a double thing about it. It's clean, but it also has a correlating music playlist. So each episode, I have like a little break, like probably like a couple seconds break in between segments where you can listen to the tunes that I'm playing, that I played during that episode. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that pretty much sums up that. Thank you to Gradients, as I already said before. Wait, I was already talking before, but whatever that. But thank you Gradients for the use of your song "Used to It" off the album The Call. You know what? I'm gonna make sure that a certain someone, Spotify, understands this. Thank you, Gradients, for their use of their song "Used to It" off of the album The Call. I pay these guys. I actually pay these guys. It may not be, consistent, but it's significant. But yeah, they got shows coming up this weekend, but then they take a weekend off, I believe. And then the first real true weekend in November, they do shows. Not like, the first November, something like that. The 8th of November they do one, and then I think they do the week after it, I believe. They've been posting stuff about it. Go catch them if you want, or listen to their stuff on, again, Spotify, whatever music platform that you want. And yeah. And thank you guys for listening, watching, doing what you do, and all that other stuff. But as I look at the time, it is still midnight. Fuck. I went too fast, you know? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Darren probably already whitelisted me to be able to use their stuff, but it's like, I kind of want to make the case to be like, hey, I have a contract. It's not like huge or like anything and says specific amounts, but like, yeah. Is it time yet? No, it isn't. Fuck. I went too fast during the episode breakdown. Guess we're stuck. You're stuck with me for another couple seconds. Oh, there it is. So thank you guys for listening, watching, doing what you do, and all those stuff. Stick around for the after show if you're watching it happen live. If not, oops. But I will catch you back later. But it is not midnight here anymore. But it is midnight somewhere else. So until it becomes midnight here once again, I will see you later. But until then, bye-bye.
Oh, baby, now don't be scared, but don't get used to it. Yeah, when I told her I can't let go, when I told her I can't say no. Oh, baby, well, I was scared, but now I'm used to it. I was scared, but now I'm used to it.